We'll share. We'll share with you, Joe.
Are you ready? I'd like to call the meeting to order. Stand in the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sean, we have the open public meetings statement.
Thank you. This meeting is called pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Law. This meeting of April the 27th, 2015 was included in the list of notices sent to the Central Record, Burlington County Times, and Courier Post, posted on the bulletin board in Town Hall, and has remained continuously posted as required notices under the statute. In addition, a copy of this notice has been available to the public and is on file in the office of the municipal clerk.
Thank you. Would you now do a roll call?
Mr. Barton.
Present.
Mr. Franzen.
Here.
Mr. Lee. Mr. Yates.
Here.
Mayor Brown.
Thank you. We're next going to have public comment on agenda items. You'll have 3 minutes to say what you'd like to say on agenda items. Please come to the front of the room under the microphone in the ceiling, state your name and address for the record, and tell us what's on your mind. And also, because we have this is not like high school today, when you get a substitute teacher, everybody kind of goes wild. We're going to try and be, okay. We've got a substitute mayor today and a substitute lawyer. We'll, try not to take advantage of us. It's not, like we all used to do back in high school days.
And both of you do your job very well.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. Fran, please.
Oh, doesn't matter.
You'd like Stuart? Doesn't matter.
Sure, go ahead. Oh,
Stuart,
okay.
okay.
Stuart Brooks, 78 Moores Meadow Road. One question on the bill list. On the fourth one down, Burlington County Treasurer, the bill is for annual firehouse software fee.
That's the reporting fee that goes to the county for the fire company.
Did you say reporting?
Reporting fee.
Could you explain what's reported? I don't understand what that is.
It's the run reports and it's central. It's what they have to report to central
So
communications.
So that's our fee for the capability of reporting to central?
For the program to be able to report.
Okay, very good. Thanks so much.
Mrs. Brooks?
Fran Brooks, Moores Meadow Road. Actually, just as a follow-up, does every township in the county pay that $1,000 for?
That's my understanding, yes.
Yeah, so that's the general fee for that. Okay. Just the other question I have, and LaShawn confirmed for me that she received my email, which contains a number of questions regarding the posting of the agenda and the review of the minutes. And I don't want to assume that she forwarded the email to looking for a response during committee reports, I guess, to my questions. The other thing is, with regard to the application for the Firemen's Association, is there an application fee attached to that application?
Not the township portion, no. We're just approving it. We're doing the same thing the district did before.
Okay, just wanted to know that. And I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing no further comments, we will move on to approval of the bills. So motion?
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Thank you. Mr. Barton.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Mr. Yates.
Yes.
And Deputy Mayor Franzen.
Yes.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is approval of minutes from 3 different meetings, including executive sessions on the first 2 meetings. If we have a motion on the February 9th minutes.
Make that motion. Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Barton?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Franson?
Yes. On the February 23rd meeting?
Make that motion.
Yeah, regular executive, 23rd.
Second?
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Barton?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Franson?
Yes.
Thank you.
And on the March 9th meeting?
I'll make that motion.
And I'll second that. Roll call vote, please.
Thank you, Mr. Barton.
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Abstain?
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Franson?
Yes. Resolutions. Moving so fast here, I gotta turn my pages a little quicker. Street opening permit for 87 Richter Road. Put a motion on that?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Barton?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Yates?
He said yes. Trying to help you out.
Thank you. And Deputy Mayor?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Resolution 201568 to authorize the engineer to start design work on Medford Lakes Road project. I think it was recently announced that we were awarded $196,000, and Doug, maybe you can just fill that in a little more.
That is correct. Under the New Jersey DOT municipal grant program, or the local road program, we were awarded $196,000 to work on Phase 2 of Medford Lakes Road.
Thank you. Is there a motion to authorize the engineer to start design work?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Barton?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Franson?
Yes. Next resolution is redemption of a municipal lien on Block 903, Block 14.01. Doug, did you just want to take a quick moment perhaps and explain what these are? Well, just in general, I guess it means somebody has paid off the...
They paid off the lien.
Okay, and we got our interest money and all that kind of stuff, and now we're ready to release the lien on the properties. Okay. Is there a motion on the first one?
Yes. Motion to approve.
Second?
Roll call vote, please.
Thank you. Mr. Barton?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Franson?
Yes. And then we have another one for Block 903, Lot 22.01, the same thing. Is there a motion on that one?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Barton?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Franson?
Yes. Moving on to motions. We have a motion for approval for the New Jersey State Firemen's Association membership application for Tabernacle Fire Company number 1, Paul Osborne and Christian Cantor. Doug, can you quickly explain that?
This is the Relief Association, and we're just stepping into the position that the fire district did to approve their joining of the membership.
These are new members, basically, to the fire company. So
That's not, no.
They're new to the Relief Association.
okay. Thank you, Sean.
It's a state association that
Death benefit.
provides death benefit.
Any other questions on that? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Thank you. Mr. Barton?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Franson?
Yes.
Thank you.
This can't be public comment. Again, like public comment on agenda items, this public comment period is limited to 3 minutes. If you'd like to make a public comment, please come to the front of the room, state your name and address for the record, stand under the microphone, and tell us what's on your mind. Anyone for public comment? Stuart?
Thank you. First, Mr. Franson doing a marvelous job. All right, my first question is if 2014 budget hearing, Mr. Yates reviewed the TRS budget. Mr. Lee said he wanted to see the actual TRS budget and revenue numbers before the 2015 vote on the township's contribution. But at the last meeting when the 2015 budget was discussed, none of those numbers were discussed. But again, the contribution of $70,000 as before was approved. My question is this: did any of the committee members review the TRS budget or other TRS financials as part of the 2015 budget proceedings or deliberations? Second question, what documents created the final cert and the rights and the obligations of the member townships? By the way, regarding that first question, I would think you could answer that tonight in your reports. Third, was it agreed that Tabernacle would provide all the funding for Pineland's cert without contribution from the other cert members? And if it was, how was that agreement formed? Who agreed and how was that done? Next, also on the cert, has Colonel Lowe or any of the township officers or staff officially approached other cert members, other cert member townships, I should say, about contributing? Next, does the committee still intend to bring the TRS under township management as it proposed back in June 2014? And what's your schedule for that? Last, at the budget hearing, there was, I think, $90,000 that was authorized or dedicated to the fire company. And I'm wondering, I'd like to know, how is that going to be controlled or monitored? Who has the authority to actually spend that money and under what process? That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else in the public comment? Mrs. Brooks?
Oh, I think Betsy wants to go, so she.
Oh, I'm sorry, Betsy.
Oh, that's
I didn't
okay.
see your hand go up.
Betsy Piner, 75 Bossiertown Road. Just to announce that this year at the Memorial Day Parade, we will be honoring 2 retired Air Force majors and who happen to be a husband and wife. So it'll be Dr. Sherry Bond and her husband James Bond. So we hope we'll get a good turnout at the parade and ceremony on the 23rd. Parade will start at 10 o'clock at Seneca High School, and of course we encourage any community group to participate with a patriotic float, marching group, or whatever. Thank you.
What was the date?
The 23rd,
Thank you.
and Memorial Day's early this year.
Did you have a flyer for the parade this year?
I haven't got it back yet. Mark has a bunch of them, but they're on their way.
Thank you.
They wouldn't have to be English, would they?
Happen to be what? No, not that J, it's B-O-N-N, no D.
Curious.
Thank you. I see that Fran Brooks, Moore's Meadow Road. Good evening. You are doing all right. I see that Mr. Lang isn't here, but I feel compelled to correct a record that was established at the last meeting, which was the April 13th meeting, where Mr. Lang stated that I repeatedly threatened litigation. This is simply not true. I've never threatened litigation, and I would challenge him to provide any documentation to support his claim. And it's possible that at the April meeting, when he made the statement that I threatened litigation, that he meant that I engaged in litigation regarding an Oprah document, and that is true. I filed for a document, the document was denied, I asked for reconsideration, and by the way, whenever I file an Oprah request and the clerk denies my Oprah request, I always ask for reconsideration with an explanation for why I think the clerk should reconsider the decision. I believe I'm always civil to the clerk. and about her denials and about Oakwood in general. So it's just simply not true that I threatened litigation. And it may be that at that meeting, Mr. Lang got a little bit carried away, but I think it's really important that whatever reason, whatever his reason is for making that statement, it's very important that he be accurate and more temperate in his remarks. So I wanted to clarify the record regarding this statement. I also, moving along here, I also have a question about LoSAP. Who at the township is completing the LoSAP reports? Who's doing LoSAP, the LoSAP reports for the fire company?
I'm handling LoSAP with Lincoln Financial.
Okay, so are you, and who at the fire company is providing the information on LoSAP? On the,
It's coming from staff.
it's staff at the fire company, or, okay, the fire company staff. Okay, so they're turning over their call reports to you and you're summarizing the calls? What is the process?
They're giving me a summary of the report.
They're giving you a summary of their reports. Okay, so they're compiling the basic information and then they're turning that basic information over to you to then produce the final report.
They're filing me what you have offered is what they're filing.
Okay, okay. I think that's it for now. Thank you.
Anyone else in public comment? Seeing none, we'll close and move on to reports. Doug Kramer.
There was a question asked last time. There are 72 registered rental properties in the township. That was one question. There was a number of TRS questions asked last time and again this time. Unfortunately, I have not had time to do enough investigation to answer them completely, but I will make sure that I will review what I need to review and get those answers forward. As far as the questions asked tonight, the $90,000 for the fire company is turned over to the fire company to spend. We will have, as I've stated before, an agreement concerning some additional bills that they'll be required to pay, mainly with the upkeep of the building, utilities and that type. We're still working on that and hope to have that by the end of May. So it can be reviewed by the state and move forward. The only other report I have is we had a hazardous waste collection day a week ago. It was very highly attended. We had about 70 residents and from Tabernacle, Medford Lakes, and Shimon, people we do the shared services arrangement with for that. And apparently spring cleanup went very well for a lot of people, but we brought the stuff in and we were able to get that all over to the hazardous waste facility in Columbus on that Saturday. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Township Engineer, Frank?
Yes, we basically, comments regarding the Medford Lakes Road project. I did receive $196,000 in the township from DOT. We are going to be incorporating alternate on that project. So in fact, we can pay from Oak Shade to Medford Township line. So we'll add an alternate and make sure the pricing comes in appropriate for the township. 2015 local road program, we're looking at road and drainage improvements for a number of roads within the town. Right now we're looking at Zimmerman Road and Lakeview and Spring Drive, Stone Way, the Hill Road, Worrell area, whatever has some constant flooding in that area. Suey Place Road, Airwreck paving, should be starting Wednesday, working on concrete work, curbing inlets, and piping. And South Jersey Gas street openings, with the weather now, we're starting to get back into the restoration work required for the opening. Thank you.
Frank, when will Suey Road be completed?
I'm sorry?
When will Suey Road be completed?
Well, right now, we're just working on preliminary estimates and design right now.
That's Suey Place.
Yeah. Suey Place, Suey Place, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Suey Road. Yeah, Suey Place Road.
Well, it'll be done in May,
May?
hopefully.
So
Everything
before the
goes
summer
according to
rush,
plan.
it'll be all done.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Frank, is there any idea of how many street openings there's going to be in Tabernacle for South Jersey Gas? It's my understanding that between Southampton, I'm correct, Southampton and Tabernacle, there's going to be roughly 2,000 this coming year. Is there any idea what percentage is going to be in Tabernacle?
Basically, there's probably over 100 or some that South Jersey Gas first time is going into Southampton, South Jersey Gas, into the Eaglesmere, that section of Southampton. They probably have 100, 200 in that vicinity. I would say we're looking right now projecting a couple hundred or so this year. I don't know if there's thousands or whatever. We've probably done, I would say, 600 street openings right now, which we've logged every street opening so far. So I also work with South Jersey Gas in other townships, Woolwich Township. We're moving into Pilesgrove. We have Columbia Gas that we're dealing with. It's a large expansion of gas service throughout southern New Jersey right now.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Frank? Do you have a report?
I do not have a report.
You didn't expect one. Township Committee, Joe Barton.
Yeah, Deputy Mayor Franzen. Good job moving this meeting right along, Rick. Last week I attended the New Jersey Conference of Mayors and attended some sessions on shared services, and actually had lunch on Thursday and sat with some fellows from a third-party supplier of energy that we had entertained, and I asked them how many towns they had signed up, and they said they had a total of 0 signed up. It was a very difficult market to break into. So while we weren't the pioneers, we'll see where that goes. Next week is the New Jersey Emergency Preparedness Conference. I know Colonel Lowe always takes a team down there. I was involved with the conference when it started, probably about 15, 18 years ago. It's at the Tropicana every year. It's an excellent conference. I'll probably stop in there one day next week. And also next week is the New Jersey Association of Counties. They're all freeholders attend a conference in Atlantic City. And I'm registered to stop in there Thursday of next week. And LaShawn, I know you're going to the New Jersey Municipal Clerks Conference this week, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So hopefully you'll have some good weather. It looks like you'll have good weather, even though you'll be inside getting a new education. So that's all I have to report.
Thank you, Joe. Joe Yates.
I don't have anything to report, but I would like to answer a couple of Stuart's questions. One, the 2015 budget that you're talking about, I personally did not have the opportunity to review it, but my feelings stay the same as they did last year, given the 70,000. As far as the CERT application that you're talking about and payment from other towns, I believe Mr. Lowe answered that for you at the last meeting.
No, he did not. He addressed other things, and I appreciate that he did. But those are questions that arose out of...
It was my understanding that Mr. Lowe does not care who applies to the CERT program, and he will train them. And he's not going to charge other towns to do it. He doesn't care where they're from, because they're assisting Tabernacle Township.
I understand that. He made that very clear. That's not what I asked, though.
Okay, let's, I think it's just your turn to talk. Now, dialogue.
That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Joe. Stephen, how are things on the ball field?
Things are okay, Deputy Mayor. Things are moving along in a lot of different ways. A lot of the volunteers that have been working on the snack stand have doing a lot of work for that to try to get that complete from their perspective. The only questions I got tonight, I usually get a lot of questions when we go from residents about one thing or another. One was, last week was Sweet Place Road, when we're starting that, and we touched on that.
We started Wednesday, I think.
Right. I talked to Mr. Kramer early last week. He's almost afraid to take my phone calls anywhere between like 6 and 7:30 because he knows he knows where I am. The only question I had tonight was covers for the dugouts. If we have any, if we're doing that or Public Works doing it, we can talk about that. So nothing really earth-shattering, except for we've had 4 cold nights in a row. And also want to welcome our employee downstairs. It's nice to get the same cheerful thank you for calling Tabernacle Township, so we're very happy with the hire downstairs. So that's all I really have.
Thank you.
And again, I apologize for being late. I was coaching one game and so another. So it's that time of year.
Yeah, I'd like to make a couple of comments and address some of the questions that were asked. Fran, yes, I did see the email that LaShawn sent out regarding your comments earlier today about the agenda. I did see the budget for the fire company, Stuart, and I was pleased with it and had no further comments. I said fire company, not pressing the and had no further comments about it. We will see what we can do about getting some answers to your CERT questions. And I think that was it. Doug answered the LoSAP question that you had. So I think that concludes tonight's meeting. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. Meeting's adjourned.
That's got to be a record. I think we've done 20.
Yeah, I think when I was here,
Yeah.
we were out here in 18.
Well, there's room for improvement.
Yeah.
Oh, now you want me to rush to get you home, huh?
You'll see the end of it. Hold it, you're good.
See that mentioned on the minute somehow.
We
Make a motion to adjourn.
can't stop and talk. I gotta go home to watch the game.
Oh, Dancing with the Stars.
All right.
I could miss that.
He's auditioning for it.
Go ahead and laugh. I'll be on there next year.
Yeah. Hey, local volunteer for 50 years.